So now we'll talk about that water constants. So can anybody tell me like specifically that water constants? If you have knowledge, can you tell me that water constants? Anybody about constants?
Primary key, foreign key, unique.
No, these are some constants. I want a definition. Like, can you tell me the definition? Water constants. Like constraints are the set of rules. For example,
Yes.
if your mother has told you that I want a aloo ka paratha, and at that point of time, if you are filling paneer in that paratha, so that paratha will like your mother will say, I have told you that I want aloo ka paratha and you are giving me paneer one. So your mother has given you a rule that I want aloo one only. So if you are making a table at that point of time, if you want specifically wants your table to do something that you want, at that point of time, you have to apply some constraints. For example, there in my company, there are 3 employees and first employee ID is 101, second employee ID is 102, and third employee ID is 101 again. For example, at that point of time, you have to define the column of employee ID as a unique column so that no matching values will be there in that employee ID column. So when you want to define something at the time when you are creating a table, if you want to if you want your table columns to follow some certain set of rules before actually creating a table, at that point of time, you have to use constraints. Like it little bit clear about constraints, what are constraints? Are you clear with little bit things? Like these are set of rules.
Yes.
Okay. So now I will tell you 6 type of constants that are very important. Like there are 6 types of constants only, and with that 6 type of constants, you can make constants on your own way also. So now I will tell you the all 6 constants. So first is not null. Firstly, I will write all the 6, then I will tell you one by one. Unique. Everybody is concerned about the advanced topics, but point is that when I will teach you for 7 days this basics topic na, and I can guarantee you if you have if you have learned also the basic concepts of SQL, then also you will learn very new things. Check constant and default constant. So we will talk about specifically about the 6 type of constraints that are available in SQL. So now, what do you understand by null? The first one is not null. So just tell me, what do you understand by null? What is the null value? Or what is null?
Empty.
Empty.
Not inserted.
Which means there is a space, but that space is empty. So what is null? Null means space without anything. So when anybody tells you that I have a null value in phone number, which means a memory is allotted to my phone number, but there is nothing stored in that memory. So that thing is called null. So now tell me what is not null. For example, if you are going to create a table and at that point of time, you want to create a column called name. And in the name column, you are giving the constraint as not null. So what it means?
Name should not be empty.
Yeah, you cannot insert your table until and unless you have not given the name. Without giving the name, you can't insert anything in your table. So that thing is made make sure by not null constraint. So what not null tells you, it ensures that, like, if you have created a table and you have make a column as not null, then you have to insert something inside that. If you will not insert, you will not able to insert any record in that table. Now the things come to unique. So can you tell me what is unique in your simple layman terms? Like, what is unique?
Um, it has to be different.
Column value is unique.
Okay, so
There
unique.
shouldn't be any duplicate.
So there shouldn't be any duplicate. For example, there is a name column and I have defined name column as unique. Okay, now there are 3 names in my column: Aman, Abhishek, Aman. Is it possible, after defining a unique constraint, a unique set of rule, is it possible? Will this thing be possible after defining your column name as unique?
No.
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 Why no? Because unique tells you that you have to make it, like, you have to ensure that everything you are putting in that column must be unique. It can't be duplicated. Now, after that, there comes a term that is very important, very important, which is known as primary key. So just be like concentrated on this topic, because this will be primary key will be of 5 minutes. So just be concentrated. Okay. So for example, like, I own a company, XYZ company. Okay. And at that point of time, I have 100 employees in that company. And in my company, when I'm going to allot the salary, at that point of time, I am allotting the salary with the help of their employee IDs. I am going to allot them the salary with the help of their employee IDs. So for example, let a person named A has an employee ID 101. A person named B has an employee ID 102. And a person named C has an employee ID 101. So will you be able to decide that in case of 101 employee ID, which person will get the salary?
No, it will be difficult.
Because, for example, employee A with ID 101 has a salary of 66,000. Sorry, 60,000. And employee C with same ID of 101 has a salary of 1 lakh. So is it possible to, if you are giving the salary on the base of their employee ID, is it possible to do it if the things are duplicated?
No, sir.
No. So you will not be able to do that. So for that case, you have to make sure that first condition of primary key is that it must be unique. Must be unique. Now you will tell me that, Durgesh, that you have told about unique earlier, but right now you are again in primary key, you are telling about unique. So why to use unique, why to use primary key if unique is already there? There is a different condition that that 2 conditions have to be satisfied for a working of a primary key. So first thing is it must be unique. But now in this case, in this example, just tell me, for example, if a person has no employee ID, for example, a person has a name C and his employee ID is null, will you be able to allot him the salary?
No, sir.
No, because you are giving salary on the basis of employee ID. So you will not be able to give salary to this employee because he has nothing as employee ID. So second condition is that it can't be null. It can't be null. So this is my primary key. Is primary key clear to all of you?
Yes.
Okay. Now after primary key, I will tell you something about something that is called a foreign key. And this foreign key definition that I am going to tell you now is a specific definition, and I can guarantee that no one here knows about this. So firstly, I will ask you people, give you a chance that tell me what is foreign key. If anybody has knowledge about SQL, then tell me what is foreign key.
If I have like two table, employee and department,
Hmm.
employee table, employee ID is my primary key, and department table, dep- sorry, no,
Like the thing I will tell you that what you want to say. You are trying to say that, for
I got
example, there,
confused.
Nick, I am saying that the you think you want to say, I am saying that you are saying that if there are two tables, in one table there is a column named as employee ID, and the same column is referred to the second table as employee ID from my first table.
Exactly.
So
Yes.
we can join them, or we can make a relation them between them with the help of primary key and foreign key. So the same column which is in our first table as a primary key, employee ID, is a foreign key in my next table,
And table.
but that is not the exact definition of foreign key. That is not a foreign key because when you are defining this thing as a foreign key, at that point of time you have also included the primary key. But my question was, what is foreign key? I don't want to like give anything related to primary key in my foreign key answer. So now I will tell you what is foreign key. Like foreign key, like just I will give you an example. For example, you have a girlfriend. For example, you have a girlfriend, and you don't want anyone to take your girlfriend away from you. So at that point of time, just insert a foreign key to your girlfriend. And now, in any case, if anybody wants to do anything, like he wants to talk with your girlfriend, or he wants to like roam here and there with your girlfriend, the request will come to you because you are the primary person. So request will come to you. Hey, like whether this condition, like whether you can grant this request or not. So a person cannot change anything or cannot do anything with your girlfriend. If he wants to do anything with your girlfriend, he has to take a permission from you. So foreign key satisfies the things that nobody is able to destroy the relationship between the two tables. Like it prevents the actions, just listen the definition. It prevents the actions that destroy the relationship between two tables. That it prevents the actions that destroy the relationship between two tables. Now, for example, I have a table A, and there is a column employee ID, and these are some values of that employee ID: 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I have a table B, and there is a same column employee ID, and here the value is 2, 3. I will give a very perfect example for this: 4 and 2 again. So now in this A table, my employee ID is a primary key, and in this table my employee ID is a foreign key, which means the employee ID is taken from this A table and is used in this B table, and the relationship between them is a primary key foreign key relationship. Now tell me one thing, first thing I want to ask you, if this column is my primary key, what are the two necessary conditions for that?
It should be unique and shouldn't contain any null value.
Okay, the first condition is satisfied. Now, when you are using this primary key as a foreign key in my B table, if I want to insert 7 here, will I be able to insert that?
No,
Why?
because we don't have 7 in primary table. I mean A table.
What this means, if somebody comes and wants to change or destroy the relationship between these two tables, this foreign key will not let him do that, because the employee ID from A table is the foreign key from B table. So firstly, it have to take permission from the A table. So for that case, you can put like, just for that case, just wait, I'm telling you the thing. For that case, you can put a 7 here. You can insert a 7 in your A table. Now you can use 7 here, because 7 is there in my A table. So nobody can come to your primary foreign key column and cannot change anything without asking your primary key thing. So that is a primary key foreign key relationship. I think it's understood by to all of you. Like, are you people able to understand this? What is foreign key?
Yes, Turkis.
Like, there is a Samiksha is there, or anybody is not there? Like, you are not telling anything, other people. Is it clear to all of you?
Yes.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Like, I am explaining these things in very simple terms. Like, if you are not able to understand, then also I can explain you again and again. No problem with that. Because these concepts, so these basic concepts are very important. So I'm writing the definition also. So when anybody in interview asks you about foreign key, just tell the definition that I am writing down. Like, it prevents the actions that destroys the relationship between two tables. And don't tell that girlfriend boyfriend wala example to anyone. Now you will be rejected for sure. Okay. So now after foreign key, we will talk about check constraint. So what do you mean by check? If I will tell you that I only want to pass those people who are scoring 30 plus out of 100. So what is check here?
Condition.
Condition. So when you want to give any condition to your column, like this column will accept value like this only, then you have to use check. For example, I have made a column age. And now I want to tell my table that I will take people only who have age greater than 18. So how we can do that? Can anybody tell me? So we will use a check constraint. So what we will do, we will first define our age column. So age is in integer format. So I am defining my age column with the integer thing. And after this thing, I will drop a check constraint. Check. And inside my check constraint, I will pass greater than equal to 18. Now what we'll do, every time when you will insert some value in your table, you have to make sure that you are inserting the age greater than 18. If the age is less than 18, you will not be able to insert any record. So you have to make sure. So if you want to do something like this, you want to give condition, some necessary condition or specific condition for inserting something in your columns of a table, you have to give this check constraint. Is check clear to all of you?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So after check, the last constraint is default, which is also important, default. Now, what do you understand by default?
Some default value in the column.
अगर मेरे भाई ने खाना खाया तो खा ले, वो नहीं खाएगा तो मैं खा लूंगा. अगर मतलब ऐसे एग्जांपल ले लो, लाइक डिफॉल्ट वैल्यू क्या हो सकते हैं. लाइक आई कैन गिव यू एग्जांपल. I like this girl. If she is interested in me, then I can make her girlfriend. Otherwise, I have a girlfriend. Like I have a girlfriend with me. That is my default case. And I am going to like someone else. And if she is interested in me, then she can be my girlfriend. Otherwise, I have a default girlfriend. So if you want to give anything, like for example, if you are making a column of anything like if you are making a column of name, and at that point of time, if you are not inserting anything in that name column, if you are inserting anything in name column, then that thing will appear. But for example, if you are not inserting anything in that name column, then default value will be there. And what will the default value? The value that you will give. So I will give you an example. For example, I have taken a name column and I am defining the data type of name column as varchar 20. And after defining this data type, I am going to give a default constant. Now, after giving my default constant, I will give a name as Abhishek. So now every time when I will not enter anything in my name column, I will get a default thing as Abhishek there. Is it clear to all of you?
Yes.
Anybody has any question about default? People who joined late, all the constraints are completed. All the 6 constraints are completed. So are all the constraints like clear to all of you? There are 27 people in group, but there are only 11 people in class. Like then why to take the live classes? Like I can do the recordings also. Yeah, somebody's asking something.
Could you repeat default one last
What?
one? Default constraint again.
Default again. Okay. So for example, if you want to, like if you are going to insert something inside your table, and at that point of time, if you are not able, like if you are not able to insert, if you don't want to insert anything in that column, or if you want something that, for example, I have an employee table in which departments are there, the HR department, admin department, all the department. And for example, if you forgot to insert the department at that point of time, then the default value of that department will be inserted, and that you have to put. So I am giving my name column, like Abhijit, your camera is on. Like name column is there. I have defined the data type of my name column. After that, I have told him, like if there is no name, or if you are not able to enter the name, or you have missed to enter the name, at that point of time, the default value that will appear in name column will be Abhishek. But for example, if you have given some name to that column, then that name will be reflected. But if you have not given any name, then your default value Abhishek will be reflected there. Sakshi, your camera is on. You can turn it off. Okay. So is it clear to you, default?
Yes, sir.
Okay. No need to call, sir.
Hello, Dogesh. Abhijit here.
Yeah, Abhijit, still.
Actually, our meeting time is scheduled it for 8 or 9:30, right?
Yeah, basically point is that, like no problem with that. Like for example, if you are not able to get the things, I can tell you again. But point is that, bro, at 8 p.m. like I have a meeting scheduled. So that's why I have given this timing of 4 p.m. So if you are not able to get anything, or if you are missed the thing, you can go through the recording. If you are not able to like learn from the recordings also, then you can ping me directly. Okay. Are you clear, Abhijit?
Okay. Fine. In that case, that's fine because I wasn't aware about that whether our meeting is
I
at 4
have
o'clock.
dropped the message like to 3 to 4 hours back. But yeah, if you are not able to see that, that it's not a problem. That don't care. Like I will help you with that also. Okay. So now constraints are clear. Like I will move to our next topic.
Sir,
Huh?
can you please show the working of the foreign key with the code?
Everything the next step, everything like next step, I'm going to do that only.
Okay.
Like just first I have given you the overview of these things. Now I will show you all.
Durgesh, can you, if you don't mind, can you please summarize what you
Huh.
told?
Now listen, now I'm going to tell you the examples, and in examples I will again tell you each and everything.
Okay, fine.
Just turn off your mic. Like I think I have that file with me. Just wait for a second. Okay, I will again explain you. No problem with it. Like again explain you. Okay. So now I'm going, like I have told you something about constraints. Now I will show you the exact working of constraints. So we will do it step by step. So we will create a table. So everybody know how to create a table. So we have to write create. Firstly, we will create a database. So we'll create a database. We can directly write our table, but I want to do it in a structured way. So firstly, I will create a database, and in that database, I will make my table. So to create database, and I want to give the name of my database as class 2. And now I have to make sure that each and everything I am doing, I want to store it in my class 2 database. So I will write use class 2. Now I will create my table, and that table will be created in my class 2 database. So I will write create table and the name of my table. So name of my table is constraints fun. Now I will define my columns one by one. So first column that I will define will be my employee ID. And that will be my primary key. Like firstly, I have to define my column name, then the data type of my column name, and after that the constraint. So I am giving it as a primary key. Just turn off your mic. I have turned off the mic of everyone. So now this is my employee ID, and I have made it as a primary key. Now after that, I will write a name column. And name column, I will first pass the data type of my name column, which is varchar 20. And after that, I will pass the constraint as not null, which means I have to make sure like I am inserting something in my name column. What this varchar means, this not null means that you cannot leave this name column empty. You have to insert something in this name column. If you will keep this name column empty, your in the record will not be inserted. So that thing is make sure by not null. After that, my third column will be roll number. So roll number, no, not roll number. Department. Department column will be there. And for that department, data type will be varchar 20. And after that, I am passing a constant as unique. After that department thing, I will pass a constant of age. And I am taking my age as integer data type. And I will pass a check constant that my age must be greater than or equal to 18. Now after this, I will pass my last one default. So I will pass a column name as city. And in city column, I will give the data type first, varchar 20. And after that, I will pass it as default. And after default, I will pass a value as Bangalore. So my table is completed now. Now I will execute my table. Not to make you each and everything like clear. I will ask questions from you. Firstly, I'm going to select everything from my table to show you the structure of the table. Select star from constraints fun. This is my structure of the table: employee ID, name, department, age, city. Now I will insert some records. So insert into, and now I will insert it in the second way. Like I will insert all the records and I will not pass the columns. I will write constraints fun. After it, I will write values. And inside the values, I will first pass my employee ID. So employee ID is 101. After that, the name. So name is Durgesh Yadav. So name is the form of a string, so we have to put it inside the inverted commas. After that, third thing is my department. So I am in data analyst department. Data and analytics. Analytics. And after that, my age is 24. And my city is Lucknow. So now I'm going to change something in this. I'm going to change my age as 17. Now tell me one thing. Is this record, will this record be inserted in my constraints fun table?
No.
No. Why?
No.
Because constraint given, null, not null.
See, the thing is that the insert statement conflicted with the check constraint. Now, if I will put 18 here, whether it will work or not,
Yes.
it is inserted. So which means when I will run again all the records from my table, there is a record as this thing. Now just tell me the different thing, because I will ask questions from you people only. And this will make you clear each and everything about constraints. So now the thing is that I am using 102 here and I am passing nothing here. I'm passing null here. If you want to pass any null value, you have to write null here. And I am passing data and analytics again. And in that city column, I'm passing nothing. And the age is 23. Okay. And I will again write the same thing. Whether this record will be inserted or not.
No.
No.
Why?
No, sir.
Name has to
Name has to be
should
not
be.
null.
Okay. And the department is name needs to be unique, but the record department is same here from the previous one. Now I will change this. I will change this to data analysis. And I will change this value to Shreya. Now whether it will run or not.
Yes.
Yes. Yes, sir. Run.
But what will be the value in case of city?
Bangalore.
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 Bangalore. Just see that something is not there. You are forgetting something.
Semicolon.
No. Yesterday, if you have taken my class, I have told you when you are inserting values like this without passing the column, you have to make sure that you are inserting each and every column. Yesterday, I have told you, when you are passing values by this method, you have to make sure that you are passing each and every column. I have told you or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes, you told.
It
Yes.
will not work. It will not work. Now, if I will do something like this, Just wait. I will write employee ID, comma, my name, comma, my department, comma, my age, comma, my city. Now tell me whether it will work now or not. Any answers? Just tell me whether it will run or not.
No.
No, why?
Yes, yes, yes. It will.
No, there is a bracket next to city, but so that's the reason.
Where?
Next to city.
This
City के
bracket.
पास एक bracket है ना?
This bracket.
हाँ.
This bracket is right now.
ओ अच्छा यहाँ पे भी है. Okay.
सेमीकोलन देना पड़ेगा एक।
क्या सेमीकोलन देना पड़ेगा?
नहीं सर, 23 के बाद।
Where 23? Here.
Yes, sir.
Just read this thing.
There were more columns in the inside statement.
You
Achha,
people,
achha,
like
achha.
yesterday I've told you something, yaar. If you are passing a column name here, you have to put that column name here also. If you are inserting this like this thing, you have to insert each and everything like this also. Like you have to insert each and everything. Now the last thing. Now tell me whether it will run or not.
नहीं.
Yes, yes.
Yes. Then what will be the case in city?
Bangalore.
Bangalore will be default.
That's the basic thing that nobody tells you about these insert statements. That's why I have told you and asked you these type of questions. So first case.
Can you please come again, Durgesh?
Okay,
I'm
okay.
confused.
Okay, listen. When you are inserting the values like this way, like directly values, you are not passing the columns, then you have to make sure you are inserting each and every column value in the same order, the order you have defined in the create table statement. Like employee ID, after that name, after that department, after that age, after that city. In this case, you have to fill each and